let me start. Okay,
My leg
so
is not.
today is Sunday. What date is it today? 7th of June, 2020. And
7.
huh?
7.
Huh? Yeah, yeah,
Great.
yeah.
Just shut
Seven.
up!
Calm down there.
Guys, seriously.
What's
7th of June.
there?
You're so
Guys,
mean.
Calm.
guys,
Bullying.
settle down. Guys, please settle down.
I literally
Okay,
don't
so
understand
today
what.
is Sunday, 7th of June, 2020. And today's topic is about the BLM, which is the Black Lives Matter. As you can see from your social media platforms, from Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and many more, even Reddit, you can see how America has drastically have a problem. They have a problem right now, and well, it's called Black Lives Matter, where policemen in that country shoot or kill innocent black men and women, even children. So, what are your opinions according to this topic?
Honestly, this is like a
Can I?
debate, man. What the hell is happening?
Can I? Can I go?
Just your
Can I go?
opinion.
Okay, I'm
Yes,
sorry, I'm sorry.
Stephanie, please.
Is
Yes, Stephanie.
what me? Okay. Hi, my name is Chris. I am 50.
Hi, Chris.
Hi.
Everyone
Okay,
else.
so I live in my house. Okay, thank you. Uh, so about shut
So, what do you think,
up.
Chris?
Okay, so
Hey, no cursing, man.
my
No
opinion
rough
regarding
words.
on the Black Lives Matter is like this actually happens like all the time in America, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
we just never really like acknowledge the problem, but like racism has been in like basically everywhere since the beginning of time, like the beginning of people starting to hate each other because of they have different colors, beliefs, maybe genders, I don't know. But like, yeah, it's not really that surprising. But now that the cops have taken the bad lane of, I don't know, the bad path, you know what I'm saying? They just started a war with basically almost everyone. Now we don't know who to trust anymore. So that's my opinion. Yes. Back to you, Barista.
Okay, so from what I noted from Chris's words, were that policemen in America have been making war with innocent people. Is that right, Chris?
I wouldn't say like that, but it's more like they some people just want to be cops because they wanted to gain power,
Mm-hmm.
and then like
So,
some others just
do you,
legit wants to protect others. Yes.
do you have any options for solutions in that problem?
And this problem particularly, I don't know because like now we don't know who should we call for help,
Yeah,
We can't really
exactly.
call our moms, I mean we could, but I don't know what that's gonna help us for.
Yeah, because I've seen this one TikTok yesterday where um, where everyone is like, sorry, that was my dad. Where Trump has invited a lot of military people to help with the chaos, and I don't think that that'll work. Why? It's because that. Oh, the sorry, guys.
Commercial break.
Commercial break.
For being
Everything
waiting.
that requires
Guys,
isolation.
guys. So why do I think that hiring the military to help with this chaos won't work? Because why do you fight violence with violence? Because if you fight violence with violence, then it'll create a huge other type of violence, like for example bombs and stuff like that. So what do you think, guys?
Can I
Yeah,
say
don't
something?
fight fire with fire.
One by one, please. One by one.
Can I say something? Can I go first?
Okay, Kaz, please go first.
Okay. My name's Cass.
Mm,
Haha. So what you said about fighting violence with violence is right, but then at the same time, Black people have been fighting for their rights to live as a normal human being for years. Ever since people kept on saying like somehow like, oh yeah, well, slavery ended, so like you have rights, but like no, that's not it. Like even if it ended, like racism is still like a big thing, and like Black people can't live their life normally. So and like they've been peacefully protesting, but like now I feel like being violent is the only way they can be heard. And well, actually, being violent wasn't started by the protesters; it was started by the cops. So that's my thoughts.
Okay. Ayuan, do you have any
Okay,
um
I can finally talk. So us being people of color ourselves are really
yeah,
something that we can actually relate to, right? And
yes.
we also have a right to what do you call it, to fight for. And then
Yeah.
just knowing this, knowing like this whole situation is going on, I can actually imagine if we, like people of colors, uh, is actually facing that. Because right now this is corona time, right? Right now we have a corona. So
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
yeah,
Well, speaking of corona,
from from what I heard, ever since corona was like a big thing, become a big thing, Asians were discriminated, and like a lot of racist people started to
oh
like attack them
yeah,
just because like even though they don't know if they're actually Asian or like they're actually Chinese, they attack them. Like someone's Korean, and then some random white guy just suddenly say like, "You're such a disease." So like, dude, we're we're not just some disease. We're also people. We're not disease. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
mm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
Della has some opinions. Please say so.
Okay. So about like the violence and violence thing, and how you think it's wrong. I think that it's not wrong, mainly because kita kan udah dari dulu. Sorry pakai bahasa Indonesia. Kan like we already did it. Like we've already been fighting for rights since like way before, even now, and we can't forget that we're also women. You know, we're women, and there has to be violence at one point to be able to create major change, because that's the only way that we can get people's attention, because it makes people uncomfortable, and something that makes people uncomfortable is something that catches people's attention, you know. And um I was going to say something. Oh, I also think it's like really cool how people of all different backgrounds are joining the Black Lives Matter movement. If you've seen on Twitter, like how many like people are joining, you know, like the witches, even Satanists are joining. Um, uh, Witches, Satanists, and people of like many different interests and backgrounds, they're joining as well. Yeah.
Okay, not according, related to the corona outbreak in the whole entire uh, world, um, I see pictures where, I mean, it's corona. You're supposed to have, like, I don't know, like, the movement creates people to go out of their houses. Some people might forget using their mask, and then like you're supposed to have social distancing, but I see people where they get near to each other, which is kind of dangerous in my opinion, because you're not only risking your life to go out of your houses, but you're also risking other people's. um yeah, I mean, it's for the good of all people, like the Black Lives Matter. And then back to um what Ayuan said about us Asians being discriminated by the white people about the COVID-19. But shouldn't we just like move? in our own way, but like at home? Because isn't it dangerous to go out when it's still the COVID-19 outbreak? I need your opinion on this.
May I talk? Or is anyone
Just talk.
going to talk?
Just talk.
Okay.
You can
Yeah,
probably
you're
call
allowed.
after
It's
you.
okay.
Okay, so like I have a few points to talk about in relations to the BLM and the coronavirus. So first of all, I hope you guys are safe. If you are protesting, please wear a mask. Please wear protection. Um, please remember that we still have a pandemic going on. And then second of all, I would like to say that um, in relation to what Ayuan said, coronavirus, when it just started to spread, us Asians was discriminated against. And as a person of color and a minority, we should be understanding about um, African Americans and other Black people and why they're doing this protest, because we both have been discriminated against by other people. So we should understand each other and stand together in order to um, fight and get our rights, especially for Black people. And then, and in relation to what Barista said about why going to a protest and when you're supposed to be social distancing, yes, like what you said, we get that it's a protest. You're fighting for your rights, but then at the same time, this is one of the most important events that we need to do. And like without doing this, they can't be heard. This is the time. Uh, this is the time where they can be heard, and like everyone around the world will know what they're feeling. So I hope that you guys understand that even if there's a pandemic going on, this process is something important to them. And like what I said before, I hope you guys are safe. That's it.
Oh yeah, about the corona thing, the one that you said, Barista. From what I heard, I'm like in my bio class, my teacher told me that governments basically gave up on like the whole quarantine thing. So like they're just gonna let people roam around and just gonna let them who follows the rules survive, and who don't follow the rules not survive. So like what's your opinion for others?
Yeah, so oh, excuse me. Um well, what was your point again? Like the
Like
people
the
who
government gave up
followed,
on quarantine. So
yeah,
like
is
they're
the
just gonna let
quarantine thing.
everyone roam.
But like then again, like sometimes I think you've heard about the quarantine in Russia, right? Like in Russia, Putin actually let out a lion to roam around the streets, and then like let doesn't let anyone go out of their houses, right? I think like the quarantine and basically everywhere around the world is just also like that. Like everyone's so aggressive to like, don't get out of your house, please. I swear to God, don't do that. And then like actual people just go out, and then yeah, like you're just increasing the numbers of getting more patients in the hospitals, and that's not cool. But yeah, sure, their lives matter, of course, yeah. But then again, like you know, it's just it's just frustrating when people just doesn't see. I don't even have the words to say. I'm so sorry. Well, my point is it's better to just stay at home. Maybe wait until I mean, sure, the corona is gonna go until probably next year or something. But yeah, okay, back to you guys.
Hi. I wanted to say like add something to what Chris said, and it's like the lions thing was proven to be fake because people like hyperbolizing and exaggerating whatever happens in Russia. Just saying.
Wait, so what actually happened in Russia?
I don't know.
Russia is a mess. That's it.
Is there is
We
there
didn't
is there a
put lions
breakout
Yeah, so
outside.
in the
No.
news?
when she said the lion breakout thing, the for the quarantine thing, I thought it was fake. Wasn't it fake?
It is.
It is fake.
That's what I said.
Dang.
Yeah.
Never
So
trust
what
WhatsApp
happened?
messages.
What actually happened?
What actually
Maybe
happened is
the
that they didn't put out lions
lion,
in the street.
maybe the lions know the tricks to jump
Also,
off the
like,
fence.
lions
Ginseng
come.
and Flip.
Ginseng and Flip, do you have any opinions?
Yeah, what
Yeah,
about you,
man.
Flip?
You've been awfully
No,
quiet.
I'm just glad that they didn't put out lions in Russia.
Isn't that like
Like,
animal cruelty?
Natural selection, guys. We can get rid of the racists by that way.
Yes, please
The
get rid
thing
of the Trump
is,
supporters
True.
like that.
Cool girl, kind of. Oh yeah, by the way, I want to add that especially in like a country like America where it's more free to say things, but in Indonesia, you don't really see any that much protest, especially in a topic like this, because Indonesians are pretty like they stick to their own mindset a lot. So especially topics like this, which is about Black people and their rights, I don't think Indonesians care as much as something about
it's
like
because
other
Indonesia
political
has
stuff.
diversity, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, Indonesians are very like I guess like they're very old fashioned,
Modern
especially
minded.
es-
isn't it because
especially
we're diverse
people
or like we're used to it?
like yeah
You
okay.
can say ignorant because you're right. We
Yeah,
are ignorant.
We are ignorant.
but
That is,
like it's not everyone. It's technically more of the older generations about it.
yeah.
Like now,
Yeah.
like you guys are like me, we care a lot more about people abroad or these kinds of topics. But I don't think like maybe my parents or someone in your family, everyone cares that much.
To be honest, I thought Indonesians doesn't. I don't think they don't care, but it's more like they don't want to get involved, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
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 So
Maybe it's
speaking,
because we're too diverse. I don't know. Maybe we're
yeah.
used to it.
So speaking
Although
of new old and new generation, like I think like after after the older generation got their newer generation, yes. And then the newer generation started to see things like differently. But then again, like the older generations, they've seen what happened back in the day. They might as well not forgive what other countries did to them. And like, yeah, basically, older generations are close-minded because they don't trust anything else other than their beliefs. They
Exactly.
got toxic because everyone's like, no, I think this is better, but it's your choice, but it's my choice is this one, and then they just go like, no, you're Indonesian, you're supposed to help the country, you stupid man, why you do that?
No, because I feel like as Indonesians are not well acknowledged in the world. I guess kaya it
Yeah,
seems like our opinions doesn't freaking matter gitu loh.
even yeah,
Oops, I speak.
even if we try to join in the bandwagon, like help basically everyone else, like other countries, but Black Lives Matter or Papua
Yeah,
Lives Matter, we
we
still
we
don't
won't.
care.
Yeah, because
Only people on Twitter acknowledge the
exactly.
problem and basically social media. And then when you ask your parents about it, they're like, "Oh, what is that? I don't know that."
True banget.
Yeah.
Other
But I guess
people.
we have no. Yeah.
Oh, no, continue. Just continue.
Hello.
Hello.
Please continue.
I wanted to say something, but I forgot. Never mind. Oh, wait, it was something about the older generation. Sorry. But okay. Anyways, it's about like the closed-mindedness, and I like how like the newer generation is starting to be more open-minded because, um, you know, we're the newer generation, and because everything is being globalized right now, we're becoming more aware and self-aware. And also, I think like the closed, I guess the quote unquote closed minded mindset, it comes from because it comes from the older generation, and that was before everything was as globalized as it was now. Um, they were kind of like, oh, you know the saying that everybody like, I guess I'm so sorry, but like, you know how boomers really like saying
Back
apa
in
ya,
my day.
care about yourself before you care about other people. That's like something that they say like a whole lot. So I guess that was their mindset, because if we can't fix ourselves first, we can't fix something else, which is simply not true, because we're allowed, because sometimes like bettering something else before bettering ourselves um, can sometimes help, you know. And I wanted to say something else about the Papua Lives Matter thing, because I see a lot of Indonesian people shaming other Indonesian people who are fighting for Black
Exactly.
lives.
Oh,
They're
really?
like shaming them for that, right? They're like, oh my God, why are you so
So
why is all your
sensitive.
attention on that when in your country this is also happening? Like, okay, like we also care about that, but um, we also care about that, and we can fight for both at the same time, and it's okay for you to fight for other people. It's just that you have to also acknowledge the
Problems
faults
in
in
your
your own
country.
country. Yeah, the faults in your own country and the faults that are closer to you, because like I don't, yeah, that's something that I don't really
Regarding
like.
regarding the
Yeah.
Papua Lives Matter, like I don't understand what's the problem. Does anyone in this podcast know
To be
the
honest, I
main
It's
also I'm
source
basically
of
also
the
like,
problem?
confused.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
wait.
also
basically,
I want to
would like
just
to
add
know.
something really quick, really quick. I just want to say,
Yeah, yeah.
from what we're discussing right now, we're not trying to like make people feel upset, or we're not saying that everyone in like the older generations are open, like closed-minded. We're just
Close-minded.
saying our
Yeah.
opinions about some people, not everyone. Okay, so I'm just trying to make it clear that
It's like the
we're not trying to
minority of
offend
people.
anyone.
Yep.
Okay,
yes.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
okay,
what
you
was
can
going
continue,
on?
guys. It's
What
fine.
was going on in Papua again? I don't actually know. I'm not.
So I
No,
know
me too.
something about it. So basically, for years, Papua has been discriminated against because, like, they're black people, and then they're different from us, and like, um, I think it was last year, 2019, when the news about how Papua either wants to be independent, or they had a protest, or something around the line of Papua Papuans being like treated badly by the cops or the government, but something around the line like that happened, and then it was just buried underneath. It was like swept under the rug, and it's like nobody talked about it in here. It's like as if like the government was like, "I'm so sorry," and it feels like the government was like paid someone or like paid the news outlet to not say anything about it, because no TV news station talk about it at all after that news broke
Like
out.
being ignored.
Yeah, it's like nobody talk about it, no news outlet, not even like TV1 or like Metro TV talk about it. And it was just so weird.
Yeah.
And since the BLM protests happened, a lot of Indonesian people were like, hey, we have like Papuan people too that are being discriminated against. So like why not talk about them too? And so yeah, that's where Papuan Life Matter um start. And I would like to say that those Indonesian people who are bullying, like, or like I guess harassing other people who are talking about it, you guys are the problem here. You guys are
Exactly.
you guys are being mad over rights, over humans. They are humans too. We are the same. We just have different ancestry. Like we're both human. What's so wrong about that?
Yeah.
We just wanna live normally.
Yeah, we
You
all
know,
die anyways.
I'll die, but like
Yeah.
at least we want
Jesus
some
Christ, man, come
rights.
on.
I mean that is the truth though. Like we all breathe the same air, we die and then we got buried in the same ground, earth
In the same
and
planet.
dirt. Yeah, in the same planet. Boy, you think you're gonna die in space, that's gonna be cool. But like man, no.
So I wanted to add about
Only
like
only astronauts get to die in space. You don't.
also
That's what makes us the same, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Continue.
okay, I wanna say something about like, so you guys know that I'm very active on TikTok, and like I read a lot of comments, and like Okay, so so there are people on TikTok specifically who are talking about the Black Lives Matter movement, but at the same time, they're bullying up one creators on the app because it's I don't know why they're doing that. It's just stupid, right? Because if you want to talk about Black Lives Matter, you also have to like include the pop ones in there too, because like that's also a part of their ancestry. And yes, upload creators, they're not really big on the app, but there are some that I guess got not fame, but they gained followers just from being up one. And I don't know why it's like a trend, or I don't know if it's a trend or something, but people are like asking things like, di Papua ada ini nggak, di Papua ada itu nggak, and it's like no, like what? Yeah, go ahead, say something, guys.
Okay, so like on Twitter, I was scrolling through the Pop One's Life Matter because I didn't know what it was, and I saw this one reply to a tweet. So I actually forgot the name. So like obviously I can't say the name, but so this person was talking about how Pop One's Life Matter because Pop Ones are Black people too, and then like this one person replied to them saying like, "Can you not talk about it, please? Like we're talking about BLM." This is not the right time. And I just like reading that, I just realized how weird it is that Papuans have never been like considered as people, you know? Like,
Is that
Yeah,
Indonesian?
I don't think it's Indonesian. They, but I'm not sure either because I can't find the tweet anymore. But
and
like,
deleted.
probably, but I'm not sure.
Oh, I
But
like.
like, yeah, I'm sorry, but I thought, regarding about how they said about is something that you shouldn't talk about right now. Papuans are Black people too. It's been researched. Like Papuans genetic DNA sequence have been like researched on, and it's shown that Aborigine people and Papuans people came from the same ancestor, and they were actually like they came from an ancestor that was from Africa that traveled. So like yes, they're Black people. So like why can't I talk about it? Why can't we talk about it? You know, it's just that's what I was gonna say. Thank you.
Wait, again,
Well,
to what Flip said, uh, we're not discriminating or like attacking our own country, but it's actually we're stating our opinions as people. So please, and it's not all Indonesians are like this, but like some Indonesians are like this. So yeah.
If you're
We're
offended,
only stating
there's a
we're
problem.
only stating our opinions, so there's no hard feelings on this. So we're just stating our opinions according to the topic that's already stated. Yeah.
yeah, this topic is so serious. You have to put the disclaimer twice.
Yep.
Exactly.
I'll make sure to do that. I'll make sure to do that.
Yeah,
Make
just
sure we
edit
do
that
that
intro.
next time again in the third round.
Yes.
So
Okay,
continuing, who want to
everyone.
talk?
Okay, so I want to talk
Della.
about like the okay, I want to talk about like the police brutality and how everybody's saying ACAB. Um, so for everybody who's saying ACAB, ACAB, all cops are bastards, right? And people, I don't know why people mistaken it for all cops are bad, but like what's the difference? Um, and there are people who are against that statement, which I don't blame them because they don't want us to generalize all cops, right? But at the same time, we're not talking about we don't refer to cops as bastards as in like each individual cop is a bastard, right? We're talking about bastardized, which I'm gonna pull up. Uh, uh, I'm gonna pull up a definition from Google, from Mr. Google. Bastardize, change something in a way that is lower quality. Okay. So bastardize and okay, hold on. So bastardize, as in like the system that they serve is bastardized. We're not talking about how each individual cop is a bastard. We're talking about how the system that they serve is bastardized. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that it? Wait.
Sorry, no, I got distracted in the middle of that, so I got distracted in
Oh,
the
okay.
middle of that. So I don't think I got my point across correctly. But yeah, there are people saying not all cops are bad. Um, yeah. Also, the all lives matter thing. So
That's what I said.
oh, you want to talk about that? Okay, you can talk about that if you want to.
No, it's okay.
Okay, so like I posted this on my Instagram, but like it's like something about like it was an analogy, right? And it was about like the house is burning down, and I said this a while back somewhere, and it was that like um, if you say all lives matter in response to the phrase Black Lives Matter, you're a part of the problem because all lives do matter, but it's like we have to prioritize the ones that are suffering right now. An analogy that I found and I like using is the one of a house burning down in a neighborhood. So if a house is burning down in a neighborhood, are you going to hose down are you going to hose down every single house in that same neighborhood, or are you going to just hose down the house that is burning down right at that instant? Well, you're gonna hose down that house first because you have to prioritize the one that's actually in danger right now. Yes, your house matters, but that doesn't mean that yes, your house matters, but we don't have to hose down your house. And just because your house also has problems, that doesn't mean that we're going to prioritize yours first because yours is actually fine. There's there's that burning house right there. Okay.
Again,
Very good analogy.
about the Asian discrimination thing, I wanna add like there was this one not accident, situation that happened to this idol that I really like. I'm just gonna say I really like him. Okay. So he's an actor and he went to, I think it was a fashion show. And the fashion show, there was like some people in the fashion show, and it was past COVID-19. It's past COVID-19 when the idol was standing beside foreigners because he's Chinese, right? The foreigners, they were like avoiding him, you know? So from that, I realized how big racism is. And like this whole Black Lives Matter and Papua Lives Matter and like the Asian discrimination things, we actually really need to pay attention to that. So like, please pay attention. Anyone want to say anything?
Yes, me.
Oh yeah, okay, good.
Oh, okay. So what's so great about the Black Lives Movement? It's not only in America, but it happens like internationally around the world, in like in Europe and other countries, and like I seen like stories of people like protesting in like the streets and stuff, and just looking at that makes me feel like happy that we are fighting for this, basically not politics but like justice. This is about human rights and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. What, Brista, what are you doing?
Can I?
Yeah, so can I talk?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, just for a quick second, I just want to point out that I've kind of gave up on fucking human lives matter. I mean, yeah, sure, it matters. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I would do shit for. Oh, I'm sorry. I would do anything if it means to go outside, post some Black Lives Matter hashtag. But I mean, like, the the power is not it's not on us. It's on the mainstream media, maybe. It's on the politicians. It's on the presidents. It's on the cops side. So like we don't really have the power to do anything. But yeah, the only thing we can do is just make this total chaos. I would say chaos. I'm sorry, but I am really pessimistic if you don't know that already. If you do not know that already. But like, what was I saying? Yeah, I already gave up on uh humans chivalry, whatever it's
Chivalry?
called.
Chivalry?
Chivalry.
Chivalry?
Chivalry. Is it
Chivalry.
chivalry?
Chivalry.
Chivalry? Chiv
Yes,
chivalry.
something like that, man. It's fine.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So there are
Chivalry. Who created that name? Chivalry. Oh my gosh.
probably Shakespeare.
Kat said it's
Dang it. Another
chivalry.
voice
Chivalry.
process. I'm kidding. No. Just but I kinda regret that not regret actually. I just don't think I want to live here anymore. I want to move to the moon, please.
Who wants to live here?
I
Honestly.
don't want to anymore. There's
No
nothing good
offense.
in 2020 anymore. Like
No
the
offense, but
peak,
like, yeah, 2020 is so bad. Why
yeah,
do you want to live?
the peak of being a bad year is on 2019.
Really
Wait, y'all want
unrelated.
to know something?
Wait,
What
Okay,
you go
go ahead,
first.
go ahead first.
Oh,
what
okay.
could
Okay.
Huh?
Wait, you first or me? Hold on.
You first, chaotic.
Tip tip top.
You first.
Okay, so it was just a fun fact. But
Okay.
like when we made the thing, hold on, let me find
The
the
calendar?
screenshot so I make
Oh,
sure.
I heard
The
about that too.
calendar thing,
Calendar
yeah.
thing.
Okay, when we transitioned to the Gregorian calendar in the 1500s, we skipped 8 years, meaning we were actually in 2012.
Makes
Maybe that
sense.
movie
Is
was
that
What?
is that for real?
maybe that movie was actually saying something, like it wasn't just like BS. And like 2012 is when we're gonna die, because that was
Yeah.
when, like, technically it's supposed to be 2004, right?
Isn't that
What?
when we're born?
Yeah,
Wow.
What?
like you guys, of course, like you guys heard of the 2012 movie, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, that was
maybe
big.
that thing was predicting something, and like when it
I
was
mean,
released,
like,
Yeah,
Oh
but
wow,
the
that's
year isn't
bro,
accurate
Goddamn,
though.
man.
if like this year is the year we're
Even the
gonna die,
Simpsons, man.
I'm down.
like
I
Even the
let's do
Simpsons.
this.
The
I don't
Simpsons
know, y'all. I
Everyone
just like
talk.
really
End it.
started this stuff first.
maybe it was really trying to tell something, like, hey, you're gonna die. 2012 is when it's
It's the
gonna
peak
hit.
of danger.
It's the peak of
Conspiracy theory? I
everything going on being
On fire.
combined.
know. I think like what you said. I think without having like improvements and stuff like that, uh, 2012 is actually the year where we can die, where we die. Like
Oh my god.
logarithmic, dude. Logarithmic. So
2012, well,
yeah.
2020, technically 2012 is like, it's like the crossover you never thought you'd see, but it happened anyway. We got a pandemic, we got a protest, we got like
That's
so
We
many
got
things
our
happening.
country is flooded. Like, bro.
Anonymous is back.
Oh
What
yeah,
happened in
that.
February?
honestly,
What
who is
happened in
Anonymous is
anonymous
February?
anyway?
okay. Honestly, Anonymous has always been there. It's just that now he's becoming like, I
More
guess he's
vocal.
like
It's a
not
they.
They're
he,
coming back.
not
It's not
he.
even a
It's
he.
a they. It's a
Yeah,
they.
it's a
I'm
they.
sorry.
Not
Yeah.
to
It's a they.
mention,
So
That's a lot of people.
they've
Anonymous is
always
just a
been
lot of people.
there, right? It's just
guys,
that they've been busy taking down child pornography websites that are
yeah.
illegal. So when this movement is happening, they're starting to focus on that too. So
But
they're just branching off.
have you
They're
guys
just
The
looked
fanatics
back
that I
to
can
the
that
since
happen.
January of 2020, where where there's like this false warning for World War III. There's the
Oh,
Australian
oh, yeah.
Bushfire.
world
Oh,
bushfire, yeah, that, and then Kobe Bryant dying, and then
Oh, nth
what else?
room, nth n room,
Huh?
nth room.
Huh?
What?
The Korean. You don't know?
Oh,
No,
the
the Korean
Korean
porn.
famous Korean.
How should I
what?
say that?
Oh, nth
Just
room.
search it up, and it's
NPH room.
nth room. It's like this guy from Korea. Barista, shut up.
Barista, shut up.
British shut up.
oh my god.
Calm down, guys.
Okay, so this guy from Korea, he's a medical student. So he built a
what do you call it? It's like a pornography chat room or like a porn room, something like that. But inside that room, people who has VIP access, they can actually. This is so distracting. They can actually rape girls and guys. So it's like a rape room.
Another thing about Anonymous, I saw this on Twitter that I don't know who did it, probably
Fan
Anonymous.
cams?
No. He like exposed a police's credit card number, so people in Twitter started buying things with the credit card.
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You guys want to hear something? You guys want to hear something that was like absolute legend material? Recently Trump's credit card info has been leaked, and somebody, I don't know who, but like there are people that are like using the money for like their personal reasons, but like somebody was like buying cosplays with it, but like one person donated $200,000 to the Black Lives Matter movement with Trump's money.
Wait, how?
Legend.
I don't know how. It
Probably
got
because
leaked. I don't know how.
I think like donating online, it's like you put in the credit card number and then it goes through, you know? It goes through the bank and then they can file it. I think it's like that. I'm not sure.
Well,
Well, I don't have
also, I
money.
want to say something about like the people who support Trump and everything. I don't know why people are trying to excuse the fact that like they're trying to say Trump is a great president, but like bitch, Obama. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. But like, honey, Obama put in place like a pandemic, like a group to like manage a pandemic, right? And this was before the pandemic,
down with
right?
the orange.
And then Donald was like,
I heard.
and Donald was like, no,
I heard.
go
I
away.
heard
And
from my
then
brother.
Corona time happened.
I heard from my brother that Obama has to step up to the president game again to stop this.
Down with the
Okay,
Trump.
Bring him back.
Speaking of Obama,
Obama, come back.
at the protest, there's this video that I saw on TikTok. I don't know if it was actually from somebody from TikTok or if they just reposted it on their account, but it's like a bunch of people at the Black Lives Matter movement protest. They were talking about. This one guy said, "I would rather be catching up with Avatar: The Last Airbender right now, but nope, I have to be out here in this protest." And then they said, "The Trump supporters are the Fire Nation, and then the police are the Fire Nation." And then they said, "See, only Obama can save us."
I feel like he was the best president. For me, he was the best
He
president.
was, in my opinion, he was one of the best.
He's bad.
I don't get why
but he's
people
still
are
good,
so
you
anti.
know? Like
I don't
He's
get why people are so anti.
Zuko
At
is my
least
husband.
not
Zuko
Trump.
is my husband.
Yo, how
I don't
is
get
he?
why people are so anti-Obama, because like I don't get why people are so anti-Obama. Like, yeah, he did. Like in your eyes, he didn't do much, but like he did do a lot for the people that he helped in his time, because he himself was a part of a minority group, because he's black. Like, he
You
was a
guys,
part of a minority
you
group.
guys
So he
remember?
supported
bad, but like
You guys remember when there's like this theory where Obama is Indonesian?
no, he
Oh,
lived
yeah.
here.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no,
I
no.
know, I know
There
that.
was.
He's actually
There was
fluent
history.
he's fluent in Indonesian and he actually lived here.
Yeah,
He went to
did.
Jogja and Wonu ate the nasi
Okay.
kuning at his like seat at a restaurant gitu. Kan he went to Jogja. So Wonu also went to Jogja.
Mm-hmm.
And Obama eat
And why are you
ate
trying to
nasi kuning.
say Wonu is Obama?
No,
Wonu
no,
is
no.
Correlation.
Wonu is
Bro, there's no
Wonu is
correlation.
Obama. Nice.
Wonu is the smartest kid ever.
Are you trying to say Wonu is Obama, girl? There's
No,
no
I'm saying that
correlation.
Wonu is a big fan of Obama.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes,
Politics.
boy.
The way
Okay,
the way
I
Wemu
agree
just
with
sits
Obama.
comfortably in the chair like this, like
Yeah, he's a big fan of Obama, and like, he's like about a fan.
I
of
just
his
got
work.
something in my head. Can I say it?
yeah.
I just remembered something. So I saw this on Twitter. Well, actually Instagram, but it was like cross-posted. So it's like it's saying about how Indonesian is a racist country with racist people that doesn't want to acknowledge the fact that they're racist, and I'm like, that makes sense. Yes, definitely.
No, like of course, like they can't generalize and stuff like that, but like I can see where they're coming
I
from.
can see where they're coming from.
You know,
yeah.
because like it's the majority.
Majority of people
the
are.
majority.
No offense, but you are ignorant.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah.
Indonesia, if
Yeah,
you're
okay.
listening to this, you suck. Your toilets suck. Your school system
Actually,
sucks.
actually, no. The
Actually,
toilets are better. We
Well,
have water.
I'm kind of
We have
Like,
water,
don't
dude.
wanna
They don't
cut
have. We
anyone.
have water. We can wash
yeah.
and be
We have
clean.
I prefer
water.
Indonesian toilets.
I prefer Indonesian school toilet. I
I
This
man,
don't like
this
using a pants
reminds
to use
me,
a bucket.
guys. This reminds me of something.
what?
People from even our teachers and principals said we need to be proud of Indonesia, but like, honey, we can't do that. We can't do that.
I'll be
How
real.
can I be proud of a
I'm
country that?
trying, but it's very hard.
Yes, flip. Yes, flip. What do you want to say? Flip. Flip it in the. Please don't put this in the podcast. So that I'm just gonna say that Indonesia fucking sucks. Why would I be proud of a fucking ugly ass country? That's it.
Exactly.
Language.
Exactly.
I
Oh,
don't
Flip
hate
wanted to say
Indonesia. I'm
something. I think it
sorry,
was
but I
Flip.
don't hate
Flip wanted.
Indonesia.
Okay,
Just
okay.
Indonesia
This
has a lot of
disclaimer.
potential
Flip.
to just change, but it's really hard for them to change. But
Yeah.
I don't hate Indonesia because I'm Indonesian, you know, and I don't hate them. But I just
Yeah.
want Indonesia to change. I just want them to change certain qualities.
Mindset.
Yeah, boomer.
Start a
Okay,
riot.
I just
we need
want
to
the.
take over this
I just want
country
the way
real quick.
Indonesian works change. You know, like be inclusive. You know, start a riot.
Yeah,
No,
start a
start a
riot.
riot. Be understanding. That's the corona. This is the corona. We have almost 30,000 cases. You know, we have almost 30,000 cases with 20 positive cases. Girl, that's not happening.
Exactly.
Oh, I went to the mall yesterday
Huh?
to buy groceries.
Yeah, the mall's gonna open at 15.
Why would you do that?
I went
I
to
want
no
to.
groceries.
Dude,
Oh,
my
okay,
parents leave
okay.
the house
They
every
need
day.
their
How
own,
the hell?
but
How the hell am I supposed to do?
Starve.
Guys, one by one. Guys, one by one. I can't hear. I can't hear everybody.
My parents,
Guys,
where did you
My
even go
brother
to
leaves
the house
guys,
every
guys,
day?
guys. One by one. I can't hear everybody at the same time.
Can I say
I
something?
just wanted to ask where you got groceries.
Can I say something? Kaya, I feel like according to like I don't know that like from the war. Do you remember yung Indonesian war thingy? Kaya I don't know. Tapi kaya do you know yung pas Suharto, yung when Suharto was leading the whole country, like I don't know. This is going very deep. I'm sorry. So Harto like like Chinese people are like who live in
Hey, what's
Indonesia.
up, bro? Shout out to my
Me
Chinese
and
girls,
Sylvia
bro.
here.
Oh, bro,
Um,
that's not funny, man.
me and Flip here. So as y'all know, me, Barista, and Sylvia are Chinese, and
I'm
half
part
Chinese.
Chinese.
yeah, and
I
Bella is
them.
also part Chinese,
I'm
and
half
are like I don't know why us Chinese when back in 19 something we are so differentiated from like other
Yeah.
Indonesians even though we're born in Jakarta, even though we're born in Jogja, we're still differentiated, you know? Like I don't know why. Like I know other people in other countries are like, oh, you're Asian, oh my god, like you're Chinese, oh, you're Japanese, oh, you're Korean. I was like, no, but like kaya in our own country, kita tuh juga di-discriminate gitu loh.
Even though they say that Indonesia is really diverse.
Wait.
From
What?
some people.
Indonesia is really diverse, right? The
Yeah.
one that you said. That
yeah, quote unquote diverse.
We have Japanese, we have Chinese, we have Koreans. We also have a lot of foreigners. But to be honest, they're still Indonesians. They're still a part of our country. So why
A
treating
blood.
them? Yeah. So
They
why
live in
treating
here.
them differently? If you're saying that Indonesia is diverse, then treat them like but like they're the same as you are. Like don't
Can I say
discriminate.
something? Sorry, can I say
Go ahead,
something
Jean.
about that? Okay, so like considering that Indonesia is like, if you think about it, we're still a relatively new to being independent, and I guess because we had like enemies in the past, we do have trust issues with those enemies, especially people in power, because they have to think about the rakyat, right? Yeah. Sure, you can talk a bit about history in a bit. Um, we have to think. They have to think about the rakyat, right? And like a while back or something, I'm not I wouldn't say I'm not fluent, but like I don't know. I don't know if this is correct, I guess. But at one point in Indonesian history, um, the I guess like, and this isn't to say that like Chinese people now do that. Like I myself am part Chinese, so like I honestly don't take offense to this. But like at one point in Indonesian history, I think we got Indonesians got betrayed by the Chinese, and I guess that's where the trust issues in
Oh yeah.
the trust issues rooted from.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the 30 GSPKI
Yeah.
GSPKI
yeah, that one, that one.
communism.
It's a whole
Oh,
communism thing, as well as like
Yeah.
I think on the market, Chinese people were more successful. So I think there was some sort of rule or law where the Chinese people have to like sell in a certain other places, so they were more unsuccessful than like Indonesians in the past.
really?
So yeah, I think so.
I feel like
I
we've
never
been,
heard
So
of
that was
that.
also pretty
it's
fucked
a
up
lot of it's the number one, but we've been
because I think
in slavery for more than 12 years. How many years?
no, I
12
think
years?
for Indonesians from the Dutch around
No,
300 years.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I think
we've been enslaved by 5 countries in more than 100 years. So I guess
Yeah.
that's why it started, this
Like
trust issue. So,
like the kayak dipandam dalam hati gitu, or like the brain, atau kayak pikiran
dibendamin.
salah.
yeah, it's been ingrained into our skulls.
But
Exactly.
the modern era, we shouldn't do that because kayak gimana? It's not happening anymore gitu loh. Kayak
Exactly. That's why what you said about the old generations and the younger generations, they
yeah,
think
yeah.
differently because they experience differently. So that's
Yeah,
why.
and they shouldn't kayak, the old generations shouldn't kayak pandem all that information to the younger generations, and including us now
Yeah,
gitu.
exactly. Like I feel like
What?
okay, this isn't a
Same thing you
generalization,
guys.
but I feel like the older generation should be able to be more open-minded, because like
Yeah.
if you want to better your own country, you have to take advice from people who are younger than you as well. Like just because you're older, that doesn't mean you know more
No,
than
because this
younger than the
problem,
younger people. Because everything is
this problem,
globalized now, right?
Yeah, man, you've been a young
yeah, no,
person
because
before, so
this
let's be
problem,
young, man.
no, it's just because why do I bring this up? Because it goes back to my own family gitu lah. So like kayak
Mhm.
I feel like I need to state this publicly so that my apa doesn't kayak gimana ya? Like I don't know this problem, like Chinese and Indonesians, is like my apa is Fira, you know what apa means, right?
Yeah.
My apa
Yeah,
is
yes.
like
Wait, which upper?
really no, give birth.
Oh, okay.
Kayak my apa is very inclusive when it comes to religion and race. I mean, Lala, sorry. Kaz,
Beat that out.
Azumakum.
I've told you about this, right? Kaya about my apa.
Which one? Your father?
Apa.
Appa?
Yes.
Apa, may apa.
Yeah, what about your father?
Ah! Sorry.
Calm down, calm down, Marissa.
No,
Are you
because
alright?
Apa, come down.
because
Deep breath, bro.
no,
Was
because
it something?
like the Chinese and Indonesian problem is kayak reflected to my family gitu loh. Kayak
Yeah.
like I can't be with, you know,
Oh, yeah.
with like I have to find someone with the same religion and the same race gitu loh.
I
And that's like impossible with
I mean, that's
and
kind
that's
of a
impossible
thing in
right
a lot of religion, I guess. Like finding someone with the same religion is like makes it easier because you believe in the same thing. So
Yeah,
you know,
you
it's
don't
easier.
abandon someone
Yeah, that's their
over
mindset.
your birth.
Yeah.
Can I say
I
something?
have yeah. I
Me
guess
and
so.
me and Barista actually have the same experience. Like my parents want me to be friends with people who has the same religion and the same mindset
Yeah.
as me.
That
But like,
happens a lot.
like we
Very
live in a diverse country, so you want me to find people specifically.
So I try to understand them more, and I talk to them that we don't live in a country or in a world where everyone's the same. Everyone's different.
Yeah, we live in a society,
We
Dad.
live in a society.
Get a load of the society.
Get a load
We
of this
live in a
society.
society. Bottom text.
Like, oh, when actually, can I tell you something? I'm gonna confess. Don't put this in the
Okay.
video, though.
Okay.
Don't put this up because I'm gonna.
Oh, wait, let me stop the recording. Let me stop the recording. Let me stop the recording.
No, you can cut it
It's
out.
okay. You can just cut it out.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay.
Wait, no. Let me just stop.
No,
No,
Wait,
it's
you
okay.
can cut it out.
Okay, okay, no. Fear, dicat aja, Fear.
Oh
Wait,
my
why?
God. Why?
Okay, fine.
No, just say a code word or something if you want
You
to
can
cut
cut
it out
off
from our
parts.
recording. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll help
Yeah,
you.
code word.
I'll
Vanilla.
help
Wait.
you.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know. Okay, you may go.
Okay, so when we first met, no, when we first met, when my mom first met you, we were at the lobby, right?
Who?
So when my mom first met you,
Barista?
yeah.
Oh, okay, yes.
And then when I went inside the car, my mom asked me what's her religion. The first thing she asked is what's her religion,
Wow.
and I told her it's either because I don't know at the time, right? It's either Christian or Catholic, gitu. And she said, "Oh, silent, awkward." At that time,
My mom
I'm
is
not-
just like, as
I'm
long as you
scared of-
have friends, I'm not gonna get mad at you. If you're
Yeah,
alone, then I'm gonna force you to make friends, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, exactly. That's why ever since setiap kali my mom meets any of you, I don't reveal any of your
Religion.
religions. Yeah, or like where you guys are from.
Thank
That's why.
you.
Is
So
that
then,
true?
yeah, continue. Vanilla.
Tapi like last time when I met your mom at the cafe, yang she groove.
Yeah,
It's
because you're polite. Because
oh.
every parents love you since you're like polite to elderlies, not us. Okay. Again, continuing with the podcast.
Okay. Sorry. Okay.
Okay,
So
wait.
far from the topic, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, police brutality.
Kaz, do you have anything to say?
Hmm?
No,
Do you have anything?
ginseng.
Oh, ginseng.
Ginseng.
Yes,
Ginseng.
ginseng. Yes,
Wait.
So
ginseng.
quiet.
I just like hearing you guys talk. It's interesting. Okay, I have a question though.
Oh,
Okay.
shoot.
Do
Wait,
you
don't actually shoot though. Don't even use rubber bullets.
okay. Anyways, do you think that the reason why
So that's what it is.
Indonesians are, so to say, close-minded or silent is because they don't want to get canceled?
No.
Yeah.
We already
Wait,
are.
what? I'm sorry, what?
What do you mean canceled?
Like I'm not trying. I'm okay. I'm just asking. All right. Like the like. Do you think that I'm not saying that all Indonesians, but like people who stay silent doesn't want to get canceled. What I mean by canceled is that they don't want to get like, they're afraid to speak
Criticized.
out. Yeah, criticize. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Maybe. But then at the same time, like, it's either, I mean, they probably don't want to be like criticized, right? But then at the same time, your voice matters too, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
it's better for you to speak up rather than being silent.
If you don't want to speak up, okay, you don't need to speak up about it publicly, but yeah, at least have to contribute something
Yeah.
to it because there are many petitions and donations that you can sign and make, right?
Yeah.
So you can try
you can
donating
sign
and
and
signing
donate.
petitions. You don't have to speak out about it. You don't have to speak up about it publicly. You can just contribute to it. Yes, you can contribute to it silently. Just like do something to support movements and like how not movements, but like to support minorities and gaining more rights and like I guess like I don't want to say equality because like I'd say like equity.
Justice.
Yeah. Justice. Yes, justice. Yeah. Okay.
Yay.
Yes.
Also, another thing, you know uh, how we've been fighting for um for Black Lives Matter, right? But like,
Yes.
I still see that polices are still like fighting the protesters. Like, they're not even listening to them. Like,
Oh yeah.
we've been trying so hard
No,
to like,
continue.
okay, we've been trying so hard to like even peacefully protest our words, but yet they still denies to listen to us. Like, what why, like, is it because you're serving the government? Is it because that the government does not want you to listen to the protesters, or what?
Yeah, because they don't want to
And
lose their
that's
job,
okay. It's
Again,
okay. So
lose their jobs as a
this
cop.
goes back to the
8 cap.
ACAB thing I said earlier, the ACAB thing, is that the cops are not all individually bastards. They're not all individually bad. It's the system that they serve that is bad, because at sometimes they don't have a choice on what they do, because, like, it's their job. That's how they get their profit. But there are cops that are on the side of protesters, but at the same time, that's a few good cops. There are a lot of, like, there are way more bad cops that are serving a bastardized and racist system that they are a part of.
there's
And
a
it-
lot of things uh, behind the scenes of like police stations and like police forces that we
Yes.
just as civilians we can't really do anything about it. Like there was this one case in Korea where 5 or 4 kids died, but
just
we
in the
don't
hands of a
Frog
know.
cop.
Boys?
Yeah, frog boys. Yeah, frog boys.
Yeah,
We
Five
don't
Boys.
know why they died, but a lot of people are assuming the military accidentally killed
Accidentally.
them.
Accidentally.
Yeah.
There is no such thing when it comes to children, and you
No,
accidentally shoot
no, no,
a
because
child.
Oh no, because the
it's like
military base
another
was
thing.
near the place where they were playing.
Yeah.
So like
And
they heard a
the
shotgun.
fences are with like those wire fences that have holes, and like a lot of people theorize that one of the bullets or like shots probably missed and then went through the fences and actually shot one of them.
And then to hide that they killed all of them, something like that. But that's just
Yeah.
a theory, but we don't actually know if that it's true or not.
It's
There's
that's
just
kind of like
something.
an
Okay, I want to
example.
talk about something way off topic too. Is that okay? Can I talk about
Yeah.
something a little
Go
way off
ahead.
topic?
Yeah, that could be like
It's
our
just
blur.
about. It's just a little bit about, like, how shitty Trump is as a president. So, like, back when Obama was president.
Go
Yes.
ahead, go
Okay.
ahead, go ahead. We're always open for that
Okay.
one.
We're
Okay.
never
First of
stop
all,
talking about it.
Trump started out as a TV personality, so he wasn't suited to be a president in the first place. He was a TV personality that just owned the show, right? Second,
Mhm.
when Obama was president, he created a law to protect whales that lived near the U.S. because there were around like 400
Whales.
species of whales that lived around the U.S. area. So he created a law to protect those whales, and I guess, like, not to sail there and not to fish in certain areas where those whales are more common. Um, and recently, Trump abolished that law. He, like, scrapped it.
Ew.
No way.
Bro.
You're
Exactly.
right.
What?
He's gonna
Right
create. He's
now?
gonna basically
That's
those whales are gonna
disgusting.
go extinct now, all because all because
This
Trump
orange
prioritizes the
man.
economy more.
Wow,
Just
thank
because
you.
Trump Trump prioritizes the economy more than the actual food web, than actual, like, nature and stuff like that. Because, like, I get that
Circle of
you care
life.
about economy, man, but, like, at the same time, you can care about the economy and
Yeah.
also care about, like, the lives of animals, because, like, you can't just destroy an entire ecosystem just like that for the sake of money.
Man, if only we
Balance,
have the
man.
monarchy
You
again.
gotta
We could
balance.
always
He's
like
not a
down with the
president
queen, get the
anymore.
guillotine.
But Obama, he speaks for the society. He speaks for his people rather than speaking for
Yeah,
himself. So that's what
because
the
he
first.
himself is okay.
Yeah, that's the
Trump is
first.
self-centered.
That's the first reason why Obama is like one of the best president that America has had. So speaking
Obamacare.
for your people is more
Don't
important
care.
than speaking for yourself or like speaking for what's better for your country. Having
Also,
your
most
people.
Trump supporters most Trump supporters bring up the Iraq situation. I think it was Iraq or Iran, I forgot. But that situation when when Obama supporters talk about how great Obama was as a president, and like I get that that was a bad thing. Okay, like we can't ignore that that was definitely not a good thing. But at the same time, you have to realize that like Obama was like, oh, this shit's bad. So he was like, okay, let's stop because because you can't compare Obama and Trump because you know they're on because like the bad things that Obama did as a president was way less than the bad things that Trump has done as a president. And what most Trump supporters use as an argument, like, oh, what has Trump done to harm this community? What has Trump done to harm that community, right? And one of them is the LGBT community, right? Well, like so many things. You can literally Google Trump LGBT community. And then it's just like all the bad things that he's done for them. He has denied healthcare for people of differing beliefs than the people who are providing healthcare. So, okay, imagine this. Imagine being a trans person and walking into a hospital because it's COVID-19 and you were diagnosed with corona, right? So you walk into a hospital and like this doctor goes, "Sorry, I can't serve you. You're a trans person."
I hate that, you know?
Yeah.
That's BS.
Yeah.
It is BS.
So what do you have to say for those who support Trump? Like, what if there's anything you want to say to them, or what is it?
Can I say
Why?
something?
Okay, what I would
There's so
say is
many things
honestly
we
like
want to say.
you can support what I can say is you can support Trump as a TV personality, but you can't support him as a president because I can see why they would be like Trump is great and stuff like that because you know most Trump supporters are boomers or just very ignorant or just very ignorant teenagers, right? He has a very I guess old way of thinking, and I don't think it's fit for where the world is heading right now because like you know like what she's doing right now.
I'm just going to say that all you Trump supporters, I think you were supporting something wrong. That's it.
Not all of you.
Do we need a disclaimer?
Make it triple.
We're not trying to offend you, okay?
We are not going to offend
We're
you.
just
We're not
opinions,
trying
man.
to
We have
but if you are offended, well, we're sorry. You're probably the problem.
Bro, no.
Oh crap.
Oh crap! Here
Solving the problem.
Please
goes the
respect our
people.
opinions. We have different
Yo.
opinions.
If only Nanas was here.
Who?
Nanas. Ko, you know who Nanas is, right?
Oh,
Nanas.
Yeah, if only Nanas was here. She's like a saint.
She's the peacemaker.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
she's
yeah.
Nanas.
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 Siapa
My
tuh?
son.
Oh!
Waduh.
Okay, that's funny.
Iya.
Nanas.
Nanas.
Why would she name herself Nanas? I hate pineapples with a passion.
Ask.
No, we
ask
named her
Ko.
that.
Yeah, ask
Oh,
Ko.
okay.
pineapple cruelty. How could you say that?
Pineapples
I
can
don't
die.
actually like
Please aren't
pineapple.
using like rubber bullets.
Pineapples are valid.
I've never in my life tried pineapples.
Oh my
It's
god.
ugly.
Pineapples are
It's ugly. Don't try it. Don't try it. It's disgusting.
That's disgusting. It hurts your
I
tongue.
think it's fine.
Pineapples are so good though.
No, ew.
Pineapples eat you back.
Yeah, pineapple can eat you back.
I'm allergic to pineapples.
Congratulations. You won't have to eat that devil anymore.
No, it itches. It tickles my tongue.
Yeah, because
Any final thoughts?
Huh?
Final
final
thoughts and
thoughts?
wrap this up.
final thoughts is
Pineapples?
that
Shouldn't the host?
I just hope
We're not trying to offend anyone. No.
please,
I'm
please.
sorry if we offended you. We're not trying to.
I'm just gonna say that celebrity fans who are attacking celebrities for not speaking up, please be more nicer, I
Wary.
guess.
Yeah.
And like don't wait for your idol to speak up because like your voice matters too. Don't speak up until they speak up. Speak up now because we need your voice the most.
Whoa, whoa,
Okay, final thoughts. Okay,
Stay
that was
safe.
Kaz. Barista, any final thoughts?
Yes, host.
Barista?
Yeah, the host is gone, guys. Sorry.
Oh my god.
She's dead. Uh-oh.
Barista!
Oh no.
If you are
Barista!
protesting, stay
Barista.
safe. If you are protesting, use
Died.
a mask, double mask, so that
Double
one you are protected, and you can protect others from your own droplets, and protect yourself from being identified by the cops. Use protective clothing. Stay safe.
Or just or
Take
just
care of-
live in Animal Crossing. Who cares?
When they said 2020 was gonna be like a movie and we asked which genre, 2020 said yes.
Hell yeah, it's everything, bro.
This is like just
Every genre.
but better. Well, not really. It's worse.
Well, I mean, like, social media is a big thing, right? So we can actually protest through that because
Yeah,
that's
that's what
actually
the K-pop
something
stans
a
have
lot of
been
people-
doing.
Yeah.
We flood the Dallas police with fan cams. I love that. Finally, fan cams are great.
Oh,
Well,
Speaking of like the
anonymous
K-pop
fan cam.
fans, by the way,
Okay.
you remember the Blackout Tuesday thing?
No.
Oh, yeah, they flooded that too.
Yeah, they flooded that with fan cams and stuff like that.
Ah, you think Blackout
gosh.
is great? Stan Luna.
Stan Luna.
Something like that. We will. We will.
And Luna or else.
Okay,
Okay,
Luna,
host, do you have anything to say?
Barista,
I just hope that I
Host,
just
are you sleeping?
safe and stuff.
Is this Kaz again? Sleeping in post video
Oh,
call?
Oh my god.
Go, Lila.
She's asleep.
Go.
Barista.
Watch me sleep again. I dare
Yo,
you.
oh my god.
Barista's probably out
Wait,
there
I have a
taking the
question.
number
I
two,
have
you
a
know what I'm
question.
saying?
I have a question.
What?
I
What?
have a
Oh, there
question.
she is!
I have a question.
She's alive.
I have a question. I have a question. I have a question.
Guys, someone has a question.
Okay, are we gonna have another podcast or
Yes. Yes.
When?
Yes, we will.
Next week,
Next
same
week.
time.
what are we gonna
Stay
talk about?
tuned.
We haven't decided.
We'll
but-
decide about that.
No, that's it.
It'll probably be
We
something more
haven't
tamer.
decided. No. We haven't decided. But if you have any suggestions, please do tell me and Shafira.
No one's gonna
So
say
You mean Della?
Let's try to make it something more tamer, so we
Quarantine.
don't get fired up like this.
Quarantine life. How's your mental health doing? Mine's
Oh,
dead.
or not your summer plans.
What plan?
There is no summer
Campaign,
plan.
though.
I have summer
Right now
school
we're
program.
already summer.
Yay!
I have summer school program most likely.
Same.
That's
Damn.
fun and fresh.
Me too.
Any final thoughts from the host?
Final thoughts?
From the
ACAB.
host? From the host?
Let's go in order of the names.
Final thoughts are safe.
Except for Kaz, because they already voiced their final thoughts.
ACAB. Sailor Moon says ACAB.
So next week we'll be discussing about our quarantine life. If you agree, say aye.
No.
No.
Wait, no, I don't. Wait, no.
That was.
It's already like a month, 2 months, month of quarantine. So like, I think
Surprise.
Could have been 2 months.
Something
Like
more
3.
lighthearted would be nice.
Beauty standards?
I said lighthearted.
Beauty
Okay.
standards.
Guys,
Please,
please voice your topics in the group chat, and me and Della will note it down.
We still have a week, man. It's fine.
Okay. Okay.
Fine.
Let's talk about how Indonesia is opening the public again. Because
Yeah.
our economy is dead.
Our two stubborn
June.
Yeah, I want to talk about it now. Like
Man, it's
Like, we
been
can
like
just
an
cut
hour.
Go, I have
no, I mean
nothing
like
else
we
to
can
talk
just stop the recording right here,
Okay.
Yay. Say bye
and we can like
first.
talk about it now. So we
Guys,
have a clear picture.
Everyone hasn't closed though.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining our Dignio podcast.
Dig it.
You know, like, that's
a
not the
summary.
actual name that we should give it, right? Because
What's
that's
the name?
we don't. That was.
Let's just
I
say
think
top time.
kita belum introduction loh.
Oh ya udahlah ya.
Udah
Oh,
nggak
ya
apa-apa.
udah.
Udah nggak apa-apa.
But it says in
It's
past.
fine.
People are watching the weather channel.
It's
We'll
fine.
team up
Cut it
with
out more later.
What's the story behind the name of the podcast?
It's
It was so random.
Was it just like
no.
keyboard
It was
smash?
because I was keyboard smashing. Somebody
Oh
was
my
asking
God.
something about the podcast, and they were like, "Wait, what are we doing?" And I was like, "Keyboard smash podcast." And Kaylin just assumed that was the name.
Wow.
That was all based on
Now
keyboard smash.
Sdaudignio.
That is
Fitting.
okay. Okay, all
Let,
right.
let's just keep it because it's original, guys.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But it's great.
Sdaudignio.
I mean,
Originality.
it's not that hard to say, so it's fine.
Sdaudignio.
Sdaudignio.
Original.
Okay.
Sdaudignio.
Okay, everyone, please say goodbye to the viewers.
Bye. Stay safe.
Bye.
Stay safe. Don't buy weird stuff from other people in the alleyway, else you might gonna end up like